Hi there guys, it's the 9th of July 2019, almost 2 p.m. I just want to talk briefly about things that are out of my control now, which I seriously worry about a lot. My mobility now, since my last video, in my last video I sort of filmed in sort of background me walking down to feed the birds, so you could actually get a good idea of what my walking was like. That's probably about 3 weeks ago. Well, I'm significantly worse now. I'm probably twice as bad. There's something that I realised today, and when I'm like sitting down like I am now, or I was just sitting down watching some TV not long ago, when I go to get up, I dread it. I literally dread standing up, because I actually can't stand on the spot without assistance. I've got to either have a crutch or Teresa helps me, that kind of thing. It's just really bad now. Moving from room to room is very hard. I've just dropped Teresa in town. I've just drove her into town. She just needs to run a few errands, pop in a few shops, that kind of thing. And it worries me greatly that I can't be with her. I can no longer, because I can't walk. Basically, 10-15 feet is my max, probably a little bit more, but that's at a push. And it worries me greatly that I can't be with her. And I can't look after her like a husband should be able to do. I can't make sure she's safe, because Teresa has an awful lot of health issues as well. She's got arthritis in pretty much every joint. She's diabetic. Her sugars can run low. She can have hypos, whereas when your sugar drops really low, she starts to feel strange. So we have to get her a sugar drink or something like that. So, and it's so difficult for me not being able to be with her and to look after her and to watch out for her as well, and to keep her out of danger. That really it really bothers me. That does it significantly. You know, I don't like that at all. Disturbing was the word I was looking for when I was talking about not being able to keep an eye on Teresa, you know, like I should be able to. It really disturbs me. The other thing I just want to mention quickly is tomorrow is the day. Teresa and I are heading over to the Queen's Medical Centre in Nottingham, and for an appointment of 2:25 I am going to see the professor, and hopefully not one of his associates. I'm hoping to see the main man. So I'm quite kind of apprehensive. I'm quite nervous about that, but fingers crossed I'll be okay. Plus the other thing I'm really concerned about is actually, obviously, I'm able to drive to the hospital, but the walking is terrible. That just reminds me, actually, I digressed slightly. When I was talking about sitting down earlier, and I was saying I know when I'm really bad, because every time I'm sitting down, I dread getting up. If I've been sat down for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes or something like that, I dread getting up, because when I get up, my legs, my back, all my muscles just go into spasm. And I'm just absolutely, my back muscles can literally throw me and lurch me forward if I'm not careful, I'm not holding on to something. And the thing is, I know for a fact that getting up, standing up, hasn't always been difficult and hard like it is now. When I've previously had steroids in the past, I haven't dreaded standing up. I've got up and I've just walked to the kitchen or done something quite easily, actually. So, I've just had a notification come from the wife there. Just wipe that off. I'll better have a look at that in a minute. So, yeah. So getting up out of the chair, that's only recently, this last month or two, that I've found that really, really hard and really difficult to do. So that's I'm pretty much at my worst. I've never been this bad. In fact, I'm probably worse than my worst now. It's, to be quite honest, I just don't know what to do. And it's like my body's just getting worse and worse every day, and it feels like I'm just sitting back watching the show because I just don't know what to do about it. I don't. I did actually have quite a nice chat with my MS nurse the other day, which I rang her about something else, which I'm not going to go into now. I might discuss that in another video, but I rang about something else, and she was asking me how I am and when I'm going to go and see the professor, and she wants me to let her know when I've seen him, give her a ring or send her an email, that kind of thing. And she was asking about my eye and about my health in general, and I explained that I've been going downhill rather rapidly. We talked about how I usually respond to steroids, and it's almost a year now because I had my steroids on my birthday in 2018, which is the 10th of September. 10th, 11th and 12th I had steroids, and so we're July now, so almost a year. So I've done pretty good. But I do tend to respond to steroids, and I improve, and of course they're not treating me at the moment because they're waiting for me to see this professor. And then once I've seen the professor, I expect a report's got to be written, and then that's got to be sent from Nottingham Hospital to Derby Hospital, and that's going to take longer. And meanwhile, I just get worse and worse and worse. And oh dear, just don't know what to do about it. I don't know. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening to me waffle. Teresa and I will, of course, record a video after tomorrow's visit and let you know exactly how I got on. Oh, quite interestingly, actually, over the last few weeks, I've been, as I've remembered doing it, I've written a timeline. I've just been putting notes on my phone for the time being. I'm going to print them out, but I've written a timeline. So of when things started, and basically as and when things come back to me, because so much has happened since my symptoms started in 2007. I've also included like current symptoms and like chronic symptoms which have been going long term as well. So right, until next time, I'm going. Thank you for listening. Thank you for all your support, and it is very much appreciated. And I will look forward to catching up with you very soon, and I'll let you know what happens tomorrow. Bye bye for now.